Well, fudge. Immediately what I go to. Okay, what's up, everyone? It's a late night version tonight. Let me log into this. All right, so I'm going to do, this is kind of a big moment for me, so I wanted to jump on here. I am unboxing my very first camera. I've saved up, I've opened the piggy bank, and I finally broke down and got myself a plasma screen. No, I got a camera. Actually, we don't need to go into all the dirty details of what went down and what sparked me to do this. I've been wanting to get a camera for the longest time because I've just basically been recording on my phone. Let's see if it's going. Let's see if it's... Okay. Yes. All right, it is. It's official. Okay, yeah, I got my camera now. It is, and I did some research. I did as much as I could, as much as I allowed myself to do it. And I got a Sony A6100. What do you all think? Out there, people that make videos and put stuff on the internet, what camera do you all use? What I've been finding lately, and if you all think I'm sure there's millions of options you can choose from, maybe not millions, I don't know, but like of cameras and that are dependent on your budget, what you want to spend and all that, as well as quality. And I lately what I've been doing is I've found this, as opposed to just going on Google, as opposed to just searching through Amazon or whatever is out there. Lately, I've been using ChatGPT to help me find the things that what fits what I'm trying to accomplish immediately, and I'll just give the details I want and the price range I want, and ChatGPT gives me the exact what to punch into Amazon or whatever store to find that exact one that's going to fit what I'm looking for right now. And when I gave the details to ChatGPT, it gave me the Sony A6100, and actually here's the box. So we are unboxing it. Yes, we are. Yes, sir. Okay. Oh, awesome! Is that real? This is a first for me as well. Latest subscriber. Now, it actually works. I had not seen that. Nathan Lewis. That's a big moment for me as well. I had not seen, like, because I'd set that up and trying to get the wires working and all that, and it's working. It actually is working. So if you subscribe to me, you're gonna see your beautiful name, your awesome name, go across that screen. It might just be from YouTube. I don't know. I want to get it so it's like the other places as well, but I'm not the most tech savvy person, but I do try. I try. So that works. It's actually going through. So I showed all the details of what I use, and I explained that, like, because I know a lot of people out there, I mean, everybody out there they're professional and they got their thing going and they're just rolling. They keep a lot of things like just, they don't broadcast everything. I'm just like, what's the point? If I can put something out there and just like a hurdle that I had to go through, something I had to struggle through, and and what any wisdom that I've come out from it, going through it, I'm going to let you all see it and I'm going to tell you about it. So I actually, I've been using a software. It's called, let me actually pull it up exactly. So I say it, Stream Elements. And a guy on YouTube I started watching, you find all these things that you need. You go to, for the most part, you go to YouTube. And this video I watched, I wish I could give the exact who it was, but he directed me to Stream Elements. It was signing up for something of his, but it's actually pretty cool because that's how I started using through OBS, connecting everything like that. You know, a lot of these things you just don't know. I think people get into this type of stuff and creating stuff, and you're just like expected to know this, and I don't think everybody immediately does know it. You know, but that's why I put it out there. I might maybe look back years from now and be like, man, I didn't do it the best way, but this is what I think is the best way at this point. You know, that's what I'm rolling with. So we got the first one going across the screen. I love it. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. Nathan Lewis, you will go down in history as the first. You know, this is walking on the moon first. You know, this is big deal. But we are unboxing the Sony. Actually, so let's pull this out. I've actually just studying it. Trying to get as much knowledge as I can about the camera that I purchased, that I've bought. I've been watching a bunch of videos before I even open it, really, before I even get into it, and so let's see what she looks like. Let's see what she looks like. This is it. This is it. I mean, and there's so many different options. There's so many brands like Canon and Nikon. Like, there's a lot of big ones, but Sony is one I've heard that's pretty dang good, you know. And I use a lot of different Sony products. But I mean, just the videos that I've watched so far, like that, I would not at all have guessed of what to do with a camera. I mean, just like changing a lens, like how there's little details that people that you need to know that you wouldn't even think about, you know. And I mean, just when you change the lens, like you point it downwards so dust doesn't go into it, and weird stuff like that, and where you grab it and how you do it and all that, and like it's very technological or something like that. I don't know. Either way, I just wanted to do this in front of y'all. There she blows. There she is. Because what I've been this whole time, I have been just recording all my videos on my phone, doing everything through my phone, which is, I mean, your phone is definitely good enough. You know, it's definitely good enough. But so hopefully I can figure out this whole actual camera thing, you know, and then I'll just have another camera I can use, because I'll still be able to use my phone for multiple cameras, you know, whatever. All right, but like, just, this is really neat. Because I really don't know much about it, you know, but I've definitely learned a lot, you know, just in the short little window I have of how to put these things together. But I mean, and just learning all the lingo and the verbiage is pretty dang cool. It's pretty cool. Oh, I saw somebody put something in there. Somebody put something in there. I got things in front of this. What am I trying to do? And my camera follows me, so it makes me look stupid. Okay, I'm trying. Let me see if I can do this. All right, whoever remarked 3333, I'll take it. Well, that's cool too. That's cool. Thank you for putting something in there. Actually, those are kind of like my favorite numbers, so you pretty much got it right, you know. 33 is my favorite number, 33. But 3333, that's double it. So that's cool too, man. All right, so what can you do with a camera? And there's so many little details. It's like, do I charge it? You have to charge it? Is that what you do with these types of things? Or does it charge itself? And then I'm going to open this is I guess what you would call a lens. I don't know. Here's the lens of it. So this isn't like this is just what it looks like. This is, you know, I'll have more understanding of it all, but this is the lens. I guess that's what you call it. Man, I mean, just like even like this, it came with it, but it, as like a standalone product, these these things can cost quite a bit. So it's like you don't necessarily need all of it, you know. And I mean, I didn't get definitely didn't get the most expensive versions of it, but like, so what I got for this package on Amazon was and this itself ended up being like under a thousand. But like I saw like where there was some like lenses out there that probably like a lot higher tier or version lens or whatever, but it was like itself was almost $1,000, you know. And then cameras, they range so much. I mean, like the very top notch high dollar ones can get up to like 5,000, it look like, and it's just crazy. But you don't need, I don't think you need that at all. And I've been doing this for a while, and I don't even know if anybody that watched my videos would ever even have guessed that I haven't been actually using a real camera. I mean, your phone's a real camera, but it's just like not in a standalone camera or whatever. So either way, I've been wanting to do this for the longest time, and so there it is. It's actually, I'm just gonna keep going. So your skills and I need to almost go to. Okay, I can see it come through. Your skills and gameplay is top notch, and I will love it if you can add me through Discord. Unique. So is that like are you out there? Are you just you're a real person, or is that just kind of a sub for sub kind of thing? I don't know. And like a lot of my chats that I have come through, I don't see it immediately. It's like I see like almost bits and pieces sometimes, because I almost have to log into each individual place that I'm broadcasting to. But I wanted to see what it looks like on. Cool. And and then what's in these things? These come like, and they're like in a little pouch, something in this box. Was curious. Oh, wait, there is an opening. I thought it was like sealed up, like, oh, it's like secret knowledge, you know, like, but it's not. There was an opening. Maybe it was the other one that was like that, because I thought one of them was like that. Yeah, like, nope, they were both opened. Whenever I first looked at these, I was like, ooh, you must have to tear into them to get into them. Ooh, something good must be in there. But no, it was just got to turn it over, and it is opened. And actually, it's not too earth shattering. It is a charger, so that's kind of a build up for not a huge moment, but you know, we'll take what we can get at this point. You know, we'll just take whatever. Let's see what the other one is. You know, there's another little. It's pouched up. What we got? And I don't know, like what I've been lately using as well. It's this it's like a Hohem. Hohem is the thing, but it's like it goes. It's a camera. It can do that whole 360 thing. I see them all the time on TikTok. People promoting those, but it's actually pretty dang cool. And once I figured it out, a lot of these things, it's just you watch a video on it. It's so much better than reading the instructions. Who wants to read instructions? I don't. I am. I love what you're I love what you're saying, man. Let me see what you said. I am glab. Hey, just I am the yeast of. Hey, that's a lot of good stuff, man. Circuits. Anybody want to get in here? Get in the chats. Put whatever, you know, and ask anything. I'm definitely up for debating stuff too as well. Like, I mean, right now we're just talking about, I is silence. What does that mean? The I is silence. Circuits? The east of the I is silence? What does that mean? Talk to me. Let me jump in and I don't think it would, because I've seen where people on TikTok, because now I'm going live on TikTok as well, but I don't think that's coming through TikTok. I think that's coming through Circuit. What's up, man? Or girl. Oh, stop following me. So on this like Hohem thing or whatever, it like, I guess it thinks that I'm not moving anymore or something. Or sometimes it goes off of hand gestures. So it's like if I start putting my hands out, which I tend to do quite a bit, I'll just start putting my hand out and I do that, and then it like goes into like sleep mode, and that's what I have to do that. But either way, this is cool. Like don't ask why. I'm just saying this thing to random people. So, are you a real person, Cirquits? Are you? Because I did. This is the robot test. This is the robot test. How many fingers am I holding up? Okay, yes. How many fingers am I holding up? We'll find out if he's a real. I don't know. There's AI robots, you know? I mean, how many fingers am I holding? See, that's the test. Okay? I believe you. I mean, I believe you. Even though, you know, oh, nice. That means you passed the test. You were not AI. You were so chat. Cool, man. Oh, yeah. So well, thanks for jumping in and saying stuff. So are you on, let me look where you're chatting from. Twitch? Oh, well, good talking to you. Have a good one. You the man. All right, so I want to pull up something where I can actually see this from all the different places out there. Anyone wants to, let me actually, how do the people send somebody to call in? Because I've seen that. I know like on my podcast, I can actually have people call in and whatever. But I also have seen where people do TikTok and they start having people call in. So I want to figure out. And I'm following. Oh, yeah, and I'm following. Following what? What are you following? So I got to move around from my camera so it starts going again. Sometimes you have to do this thing so it starts following you again. Oh, does that mean you're following me? I really appreciate that. Thank you if that's what you mean. Cool. All right. So in that other package was this thing, and like I gotta stop calling the thing a thing, you know, like because that like I need to learn the technical lingo, you know, for these things, for these devices, contraptions. But I mean, even that, I guess what comes with that is just so you can actually communicate with other people, because you can get all that head knowledge and try to like know actually how to operate it. But I want to be able to actually have dialogue with and actually teach to others, you know, how to run with these devices, how to actually get them set up and how to actually get them going. I want to get something. I want to get some where people can just call in, because I've seen that with the people do that. I've seen that where people do that, like on TikTok. So I recently started getting to go live on TikTok, and but I know that people are able to call in. You know, I guess I got to have something on there. What are we gonna debate? What are we gonna, you know, like. I mean, but I guess you can, because you need conflict. You need conflict in some sense. You know, we need to be kind of talking about something. You know, something dynamic, something that's going to actually drive like people's attention. You know, antennas up, you know? So this is cool though. I want to actually, how do they out? I like to do these things like in front of everyone, you know? I like to do it in front of everyone, you know? Come on, man. Maybe I just got to stop throwing my hands up. I'm going to keep my hands down, hand check test, you know, and see if that will cause my camera to stop going to sleep on me, you know. All right, what else is in this box? Come on and get out of here. I'll figure out these other things. You know, a lot of these, I mean, every step of the way, I know it's kind of, you know, like maybe might not look the best, but each step, each time I am doing this, I'm getting like improving each time, as in like getting further, like because before I couldn't even go live and get all this stuff going, and I couldn't actually have it so I could actually run it across all the screens. So everything I have the, like, I see what I wanted to do, and then we actually end up get it going, and like it's just like, I know it's kind of bumbling through sometimes, you know, that's kind of just how it is, but it's just part of it, you know. Let's see. Welder guy 7173, thanks for hopping in. Anyone out there, I want to get it, so I would love to just, people can just start doing that thing where I run the studio, where if they want to come in and want to say something, I would love to, you know, just talk. Maybe I need to have a caption on there. Let's debate I don't know, politics, you know, moral issues, whatever. I don't know. But then, like, some people don't really want that. I don't know. But I think that's what drives, you know, people kind of jumping in and being interested in watching it, you know, is you don't just want something that's boring, you know. And I'm totally for that, you know. That's why I'm trying to figure that all out. But I do want, like, how do they do that? If there's a fellow TikToker out there that's like, because I'm doing it through TikTok, you know. I have it going on Twitch and everything, all those other places as well. But I wanted to actually, primarily for TikTok, just to get on here and see, how do people do that? How do people, am I even the right? There you go. Let's see. I wonder if I have to like go like TikTok Studio or something like that. Come on, baby. Focus. Okay. Let's see. Picture. If there is a TikTok Studio. Live Center. Maybe this is it. I like to do it in front of everyone, you know, just to everyone. So we are actually going. We're going, but like I am just looking through these things and working my way through. I guess I could play some Fortnite as well, but the thing I wanted to get on here was for the camera, you know, just to kind of announce that, you know, it's a big moment, for me. Big moment. Okay, let me see what else. What can you? If anyone out there knows how to, so you can put it out the, like, if someone wants to call in, because I've seen that happen, you know, specifically on TikTok. But I guess I could do that on other places as well, you know. If we only had a simplified way of doing things, you know, I think to me it's overly complicated. We need something simple. I'm a simple man. I love things that are easy to use, you know. I'm sure other people out there are like that, you know. Curious to see what other. Let's see what other live things are. People doing live shows, what they're doing. Because I know a lot of people do ASMR. I've seen the weirdest stuff on TikTok. You know, the craziest stuff on TikTok. I remember seeing this one girl. She looked like almost like a cartoon the way she was doing it. And she kept just going and just doing, and then it's like, if you've ever seen that, like people do the weirdest stuff, you know. And I'm not trying to like do the weirdest stuff, and I don't want to, you know, copy anyone else. I'm gonna do my own thing, but it's finding. I want to find what people like, you know, at the same time, you know, not just be a train wreck, you know, so people look at it, but like something that's also a big thing for me, you know, and I know this is nothing new for a lot of people, but is value. It's value, you know. What can I contribute and help with other people? What's going to bring other people value? And for me, it, like right now at this point, it's I want to talk about like how I am getting things going, you know, how I'm putting things together like piece by piece and along the way, because it seems like everything I'm striving to do, I do a piece of it and I have an idea of what I want to do, and then I end up eventually getting there, but it's like it's almost like sometimes I take the longer route, and it's like maybe if people see me taking the longer route, maybe it'll help them how to do it the faster way, you know, because I can say, this is how I got there. Because so many things before you actually get into this, you're just almost expected to know, and nobody's really talking about. There's things that I think people just, they just do it themselves. They get it going. And then it's these unspoken things that nobody even brings up, you know, and it's just like almost you have to learn the hard way to get through them, you know, and actually get rolling. Well, I want to say thank you to S Scooter 34. Thank you very much for the follow. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Actually, let me see if it is coming through. I'm going to double check that. Always lost. Okay. Hello. Okay, it's coming through. Okay, cool. So we have unboxed it. Now it's actually getting it up and rolling. There's a lot of. Now I wonder if I need to charge it first before I can actually run with it, you know. Or if you can just turn it straight on. There's the, and I was going to ask, I know this is a silly question, but it's a photography question. Like, because I've been watching all these videos, and I was going to ask ChatGPT, what is the shutter? What is that? Is that just, because they keep saying it, the shutter, is that just when you push the record button? You know, is that what shutter is? You know? Because let me actually ask ChatGPT. Hey, what is the like shutter on a camera? Does that mean what? Can you explain what that is?
Sure. The shutter on a camera is a device that opens and closes to control the amount of time light is allowed to hit the camera sensor or film. This duration is known as the shutter speed. A faster shutter speed captures a quick moment, reducing motion blur, while a slower shutter speed allows more light, which can create motion blur or capture low light scenes.
So is it not just the like recording something?
The shutter is essential for capturing an image. When you press the shutter button, it opens the shutter to expose the camera sensor to light, recording the scene. It's a crucial part of the process that helps control how your photos turn out, including brightness and motion.
Okay, so when you just take a picture, is that the shutter?
shutter opens and closes to let light in, capturing the image.
So is that like if you want to take a picture or start recording, are you pushing the shutter button? Is that the button that starts recording?
Yes, exactly. Pressing the shutter button is what starts the process of taking a picture. For recording videos, there's typically a separate button, but it's similar in function.
That's cool. See, it's like you hear these same thing. Hey, Manny, and right now I'm doing a live stream. You know, I usually call my chat GPT. I call him Manny. Call him Manny. There is a reason. The reason being, I'm a fan of Scarface. I love Scarface, and I call him Manny. I was having him call me Tony for Tony Montana. Tony Montana, you know. I have it's my favorite movie. My favorite movie. But all right, so that was the main thing I wanted to kind of do. I wanted to just get on here and just, you know, jib a jab for a while of unboxing the camera. It is ready to roll. It is ready to roll. Let me see if I actually. And I did get something else as well, but it's I got a projector, so it'll be like in the studio, so I can actually have something that shoots up to the wall, so I can actually, if I'm doing a podcast, so that people can see it as opposed to it just being hidden behind the computers where I'm sitting right now. So got a projector as well. You know, these are big time items for me. Big time items. You know, you kind of just that's what I've learned. Whenever I got into this, doing all this, I didn't just all at once just, you know, try to get everything, as much as I could. I tried to just start going, and then as I have went, just little by little, I'm accumulating things. So, and this is, I'm wanting to see how can I allow someone to just start, you know, on TikTok. How do they do that? What are they doing when they do that? So like on TikTok, you're running a live stream, you're going live on TikTok. What are people doing that allows people to call in and, you know, I know it has to be some type of studio. Maybe it's because what if there's because I know on my phone I have a TikTok studio, but let me see if there's a TikTok on a desktop studio. Okay, let's see. Let me pull it up and if that pulls up something different. But I'm betting that has nothing to do with it. I bet that's just. Oh, man. Well, thank you for everybody that does hop in. You know, anything you put in the chats, I absolutely love it. I appreciate it. You know, that's cool. All right, so let me see. Like, what do people do? What do they do? You know, I have to almost say these things and put these things out there and just say what I think, because I eventually get there. You know, I eventually get to, and I do it live in front of everybody. That way I can actually go back and see where I've come from, you know, how far, you know, how much advance I've made, because this is stuff I want to spill the beans. I'm absolutely obsessed with content creation and doing this type of stuff, because I want to get it, like, I think it's the way of the future, you know? I mean, and I'm absolutely all about movies and TV shows and all that kind of stuff, and anything with acting. I absolutely devour it and love it. But I think content creation, like, because we have the generation that's been raised recently, the youngest generation, this is all they have known. They've been, I mean, like, even our kids, like, from like 2 years old, they have a device in their hand. They're already learning stuff, and they're wanting to watch stuff and be stimulated and entertained by that and get educated by that and learn by that. And I just know that just like going forward, it's going to become even way more so in the future, way more so. It's going to, like, exponentially. I know that this is like going to become, it's definitely the way we are headed. It's the way so I am like completely bought in And I know so many people out there. That's why people do TikTok. That's why people create shorts. That's why people are making social media, organic content. They're making organic content, to try to get in touch with an audience, drive that like community. And, I think it's because we have it in us, everyone out there. If anyone ever is like who's anyone on this planet, we have a desire to be with other people and have community. Oh, I can't listen to what you ramble about. Who is this guy? TNJ. Hey, what's up, man? Oh, I came here to see after listening to you ramble about Ezreal. Can't wait for you to see my comment. Now I see you why you do what you do. Money. Well, I mean, I really don't do what I do for money, but like, I think I appreciate you saying that. Like money, I think is I think you have to be able to take, have things operate, you know what I mean? So like it takes money to do that, but that's not honestly why I actually that actually is a good point, because getting my whole mindset has completely shifted. It's like nothing about money, and any money that I would get for anything, I want to completely pour into. I wish I could have you jump in and start saying stuff. Hey, TNJ, can you, if you know how to, like, I can let you come in and start actually speak, and I would love to hear you and talk to you. I would love to hear what you have to say. But like, what your views? Like, what are you meaning by that? You're just kind of just putting in the comments that I do this for money. You know what I mean? Like I'm not at all doing this for money. Like I want to get to the point where I could support myself and kind of grow like the business and do this, but it's not, like money is not the goal. It's almost like if I got any of it, it would be fuel to kind of continue to make it grow. It's all, I really, honestly, what I want to do is like I'm about community and drive. What are you talking about, man? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I want to, if you can, here, let me actually, you probably wouldn't even call in, even if I could figure out how to let you call in. I don't even know. It really is a business. What does that even mean? What are you talking about? I appreciate you saying stuff though. That's so like you said you jumped in about Israel. Like, do you have something that like I said about Israel you didn't like? Are you a real person? Are you a real person? Are you a real person? Huh? TNJ, are you a real person? If you are, how many fingers am I holding up? What, how many fingers am I holding up? Okay, got it. Okay, you got it. Cool. Well, TNJ, what have I said that you disagree with? What do you like? So what is it? Something about Israel? Like that like, do you have something against Israel? And I'm trying to watch the chats over here, but like, I appreciate you saying stuff like. I have something against fear mongering. Like, what do you mean fear mongering? Like, did I say something that was fear mongering? And if I did, I wouldn't like. I say what I think and what I believe. You know what I mean? That's what I'm. But I'm not using religion to scare people. How would I use? I'm not using religion to scare people at all. How am I using religion to scare people? What did I say? Like, what video of me did you even watch? Israelite will weep. I believe that is what you said. Israel. I'm saying Israel will, when they trust in, when they see, because Israel is God's chosen people, they're the chosen nation, and right now that God can't see, like God, they haven't fully embraced Jesus as the Messiah, but He is their Messiah, just like He's the Messiah for all the world. So like I'm saying, they will weep when they see that they had rejected their Messiah, their long-awaited Messiah, for all those years. Because that's what the Bible says. It talks about they will eventually come to a knowledge and understanding of who He is. But there's like kind of a mystery of, no, their religion is not wrong. Israel's religion is not wrong at all. And that's why a lot of Israelites have embraced Jesus as the Messiah. You know, the whole New Testament, those were all Jewish people that wrote the New Testament. Those were Jews. So it's like not all of it is, you know, but it's just like the majority of Israel has rejected Jesus. If they've accepted Jesus, that Jesus is the Messiah, then what are you saying? The majority, the majority of Israel has not embraced Jesus as the Messiah. Some of them have, like the first, like all the apostles were Jewish, but eventually, like in the Bible, it talks about in the future they will all reject, or not, they will all accept Jesus. They will receive Him as the Messiah and understand that He was the Messiah. Right now, they're just awaiting still a future Messiah. But Jesus is it. He is. There's not someone else coming, you know. If anyone, like the next one to come is going to probably be the Antichrist, you know, and that's what it is. So what are your beliefs, T&J? Do you believe? What are your beliefs? Do you believe in? Or this has been fun. Got to make that money, you heard. Well, go make that money. Likely a simulation. I mean, well, hey, good seeing you, and thanks for chatting all that. I really appreciate it. I mean, you think it's a simulation? I mean, that's a valid argument. You know, I could say I see that, but like, it's. I mean, even like in a Christian worldview, it almost feels like a simulation. That's like almost the closest reality and explanation of it. You know, that's what it feels like. But I mean, it is real. It is real. This world that we are living in. But I just can't believe you said like I'm doing this for the money. I just really would like to hear more about that. You know, I know like a lot of people, like anybody. I mean, if you're saying you got to go to work. You're obviously going to work for money, you know. I've found that something I love doing, you know, and if you have to be able to pay bills, so I want to eventually get to the point where I can sustain and support the business by doing this. So, but I mean that's really interesting. You said that. I don't know where you kind of got that, but I appreciate it because whenever any argument, anything that we go like talk about, and anything we're disagreeing on. It can only refine us and make us so that we understand our own positions better and so that you maybe get some clarity. Because, I mean, it is like if we're all just, yes, amen to everything, you know, it is not as exciting. So I understand that. But I think I'm glad TikTok put through my video in front of you. I mean, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you jumping in and hearing this. You know, but I'm not at all like I keep looking over here just because I want to see the chats or whatever. So I want to get somebody on here just to talk. I would love to actually talk with someone about that, you know, and just what's your viewpoint, you know, like, and I any video you make or like if you tweet something or whatever it is, it only puts like it captures just a bit of it, you know. It just doesn't like it's not the full of everything it's not explaining everything I believe and what I'm saying. I'm like, so like the videos that I made, it's like Jesus, he's going to come back, or he's going to somehow Israel is going to trust in Christ. Israel is going to see that he was their long awaited Messiah. You know, he is the they are the chosen people. They are the chosen people, and they will eventually accept him. So, man, you hate being misunderstood. They hate being misunderstood about things, you know? But I mean, that is part of it. Like anybody that does anything, anyone that has a podcast, anyone that does content creation, creates stuff, like it has definitely changed my perspective on it completely. Like I said, I definitely obviously want to make money. I want to be able to make money from whatever I'm doing, but it's not actually, there's no point to making money to make money. It's just paper. It's just something that, something that's not secure at all, that could fly away in a second. But I want to take whatever I can and just completely pump it in to what I'm creating in the business, you know, and making that. That's all. That's what I'm caring about. That's what I care about, like that, in that sense. But I mean, like, I want to have my business and doing all this and content creation, you know, ultimately it's I want it to glorify God. And that's what the platform completely, I want it to be about, to glorify God, to somehow reflect God and point people to God, get as big of a platform as I possibly can, but for the sole purpose of pointing people to Christ. That's the ultimate goal of anything, you know? Like that's the final goal of what I want to do, you know? And just if I can make money and do it that way, but it's not to make money and sit on it, but it's to put it into the business that I want to create, and then have it, like I said, ultimately to point people to Christ. That's what I like, and I think any Christian out there it does that, you know. Whatever platform, whatever they have in life they want to, it's all to the glory of God, all to the glory of Christ, you know. But that's what we are. This is what we are brought to, because the internet right now and how social media is, it all is just a little, you get little spurts, a little of someone, they say something, they can only put it in 144 characters, so it doesn't completely line out everything that person is or what they believe. Like you can only fit so much in what you say or even a video you make, so it's like that's like, it's not going to completely reflect everything that you are and believe, you know. But yeah, I just that will stick with me. You know, there are comments that I've definitely had, like quite a few comments, you know, as anyone does, but like there's some that stick with you, some that I have, like, I'll, like, if I get something, I'll take a picture of it and like say I got that saved, you know, I will remember that one. But that one was kind of up there. And now I see why you do what you do, and is money. Like, and I'm just like curious, what did I say about money that made you think that that's why I do what I do? You know, if it was about the money, I wouldn't be too good for me, you know, in that sense, you know. But I obviously want to get to a point where I'm like not even making money, but giving people value. And it's like, like, I don't even care. Like, I want to be a person that brings value to people. And if I can do that, and then if I can somehow support what I'm doing based on that, you know, but I got to basically earn my stripes. You know, I have to go through what I got to go through, you know, be something that's going to benefit someone, you know, because that is like that. It's the way the entertainment has completely changed. We are the deciding factors, even more so each day, of what entertainment we are gonna like allow to pass before our face. You know, there's not just 2 channels on TV that you can choose from. We are saturated with things that can take our attention. And as Gary Vee, he is the guy I always think of. Attention is your most important asset. Is the most important asset. That's what it is. The most important asset, you know? So it's like trying to get people's attention. It's like, and it's harder and harder because there's so much good stuff out there, you know? I mean, and that's great because it's like with the rising of the the waves or the tides or whatever, it's going to make everyone better. It's going to make everything better, as in, I guess, the overall amount of good content that is available for people to check in and watch and see, you know? But it's not saturated. It's not going to be overly saturated ever, you know? There's always going to be more and better stuff, you know? And just actually seeing into the future what it is going to be and having a better idea of that, you know, each day, you know? Because it's, I mean, from where we've changed from just like the last 10 years or the last 20 years to where we're going in the next 5 and the next 10, but it's having eyes to see that. And like and I think so many people are bought in, but not everybody is bought like into that. Not everybody's doing it that could be doing it. There's so many more people out there. Your life is very important. Your life is entertaining, and your life is something that could bring value to someone that is out there. So it's like, just start recording your life, you know? You already do, like I say all the time, you have an audience. Everyone out there, you have an audience already. God is always with you. God is always watching you. You know, there is a spiritual realm that we are always being viewed. No matter how many views we can get on the internet, we always have a constant viewer of God, of our life. But like, you have so much more value in your life as opposed to just being behind a door or being behind a wall that you don't share your life. You know, you never know the impact that what you're going through, what you have gone through, could bring to others, you know? But I absolutely love that got in there and somebody just started typing away and saying stuff. I was saying, like this, like, getting this all like going. I want to get it like, so like on TikTok, you know, or like we need a one like holding place that we can like, that kind of just takes care of everything. So we don't have to go to each little device out there, like each social platform out there, to be able to like communicate, you know? And we need it like almost to be centralized in a sense, not completely, you know, I completely, but I think it would make it much more easy if we had it like one place, a hub that we could go to. And like everything I think and I desire and I see that what it could be, what it ends up like, there is something out there. And if it's not, it's going to be out there. You know, it's like for the longest time I was like, all the stuff that I'm making, I'm creating videos. I wanted to find something that could take the best of what I make and put it into a very clipped up, you know, short, easily consumable like video. And there is stuff out there like that. I didn't know that at first, but there's actually quite a few options out there. And one of them, a big one that I use is Opus Clips. That's a lot of my videos that I use that takes a lot of my long form content and it just clips it up, you know, takes the most exciting moments and just throws it out there. I mean, there's a bunch of other ones out there, like these AI generated tools, you know, and like, I think it's just going to get more and more so like that. We can't get ahead of it too much, you know, but it's eventually, it's going to like take over everything. We're going to see how awesome the possibilities are, you know, and like I said, like I have that latest subscriber down there, Nathan Lewis. He's a champ. Man. But that will stick with me, TNJ. I'll remember you, man. I'll remember you. And I think I appreciate you jumping in there and saying, like, because I mean, it makes it exciting. Because you misunderstood maybe something I said, or you just, but you wanted to get, as opposed to just saying, you know, here, or something like that. You wanted to say like something you disagreed with, and then something maybe I could clarify, and hopefully it did clarify, and it changed your viewpoint of what I'm saying and what I meant. But I still got me, man. You know, those stingers, you know, sometimes those stingers, you know, some of like the most hurtful things can be like, I remember like people can say like mean stuff or whatever on the internet, but it's like, and then things that you think would just be mundane and just be, it doesn't even like, would not mess anybody up whatsoever. Like the slightest comment can sometimes really be that zinger that gets you. It can really be that zinger that gets you. And I've had that, you know, and I can, there's been one comment that in this short little time that I've been doing this, there's been one comment that really got me. And I deleted it. I deleted the person's comment. I deleted their comment. But it's the only one I've ever deleted. I deleted it. And it was one word. They said one word to me. And it got me. And I couldn't like, you think I could be the bigger man to not like let it, but it's like, it was just always just going to be there. It's that writing on the wall that's on there and just like completely just, and it like hurts my heart, you know? And like nobody else even has any idea about it, you know? But it was tough. It was tough. And I brought it down. I took it down. Actually, let me throw this over here. Wish I could just scan up here so you can see on here. And you can't see my cursor anyways. But anyone else put stuff in the comments, I appreciate it. And I'm actually right now, the only comments I'm even looking at is TikTok. I know there's... See it. Because it's like what the platform I use for streaming to all the different devices out there. And I want to check out and see if it is going to Rumble. Because I got it set up through Rumble. And then we did a stream yesterday and it didn't go. So I was like, what the heck, man? Rumble, no, it's not saying I'm live. I do not understand why Rumble is not going through. Because I reconnected it as well. What's the way it says on here? Rumbo. Where's Rumbo? Is that it? Maybe we'll go live now. That's probably not going to. That one I might not have had the toggle pushed over. I don't know. Let me see if it goes. Okay. That was my bad because now it's going live. I didn't have the toggle over, but like it didn't go yesterday, and I had to disconnect it and reconnect it. I don't know, but what do you all think is the main platform out there? I'm curious. You know, like I guess people vote with their eyes. They vote with where they go and what they're on, what they're watching stuff from. You know, I think for the longest time it was TikTok, but like. I think people backed away a lot whenever the whole threatening of banning TikTok has happened, in which it's still on the books to. What does that even look like if TikTok gets banned? Like it actually gets banned, as it's like you're going against the law by being on TikTok. I don't know. How does that even work? Is it something that will just delete it off the app stores or something like that, and you can't even be on it? Unless you're in the dark web or something like that. Like, how does that even happen? What actually goes into play there? Like, but I'm on TikTok, so I want to see, like, because I have seen how people get on TikTok and they're like, they can allow someone to call in. I just do it right. I do it right in front of you, like, so I can, if anyone knows in there and wants to put in the chat. What is? Okay, that's just their name. M plus, I first I saw M plus J equals heart, and I was like, I thought they commented, but hey, I appreciate everyone that has hopped in, everyone that has been on here. I know I had a little heat going, you know, just a little bit ago, by T&J. I was about to say I will remember that name, but I had already forgotten it. But he says something. But I do appreciate him even saying anything, you know. You know, that's. I have found that people are a lot sweeter than they used to be. Is it like? I guess earlier on when I started doing like stuff out here, like I have heard that no matter, there's always going to be 10% of people that will just say the meanest, craziest things just to say them. Like, so whatever percentage of like however many people you have watching your stuff, there's always going to be 10%. So if you have 100 people viewing, one person's going to be saying something crazy. If you have 100,000, you're going to have 1,000 people saying something that's just off the wall. And, you know, people can say, but it's like at that point, you don't even kind of acknowledge them, you know, if people are just, and I know I become very self-aware. My arms are like, you know, just all over the place. But so it's like, but I have, like I said, I've had those times where just, you know, people get those zingers in, you know, and it's like, it's that jujitsu mind stuff, you know, that like really gets just like goes down into the deep recesses of your mind and just like really just get you, you know, the stuff that like, and it's so just off the cuff, and so just, it seems like it's not even that bad, but some of those can almost hurt the most. They can almost hurt the most. Definitely. That I've found. I will figure this out. I will. Picture. Theater mode. What does theater mode do? I think these are just things that how I can see my screen. I will figure it out. I will figure you out. Let's see. I'll type something in here. Let's see. But I think if I type it in here, I don't think it goes to everything. I think it only maybe it will. Well, no, TikTok's not even an option. I guess you don't type anything into TikTok. In TikTok, you're either just watching something. You can type something in a chat, but let's see what's up. Can't post messages to some channels. What's up, everyone? Okay. Thank you all for everyone jumping in. But now we are on Rumble. We are rumbling on Rumble. I don't know what it is because, and I hope it's not. That does kind of make me a little upset though. I would have rather it been yesterday because a lot sometimes you can change the title of what you want your live stream to be each time on most of them. But like on Rumble, you have to it doesn't let you what you choose is the very first one. That's what it is forever. It seems like there's got to be a way that you go on Rumble and you try to change it on the back end or something. You maybe just speak to someone high up. You know, I actually over here, man. I actually had to submit a message to Rumble earlier today, just to kind of push my weight around, you know, and it was actually just so I could get connected on something, but, you know, felt like a big man, you know. Try not to be mean. I wasn't mean at all. I wasn't at all. But I was about to post, this is something I was about to, message today, because something that really made me upset. Technology. And, when things don't work the way you want and the way you expect, it's almost for me, that's almost the toughest of them all. That's almost the ones that hurt the most, you know, it's that technology stuff. It's whenever, and it's been like that forever. I can remember when I was younger, you know, and we had internet, and there was internet, but when things did not work even back then, that would almost make me so mad. But even today, I was recording a video. I did a whole video, and then I was something wasn't working right. I was I'll just save it to my drafts. So I saved it to my drafts, and then I slid it, got out of the app. It said it saved it, and I got out of it, slid it away. Could have been the best video ever that I'm ever gonna make. But then I went back in there because I wanted to try to edit it. You know, I'd saved it, and then it was gone. It was gone. And I was like, oh my gosh, oh, you know, just so mad. I don't know what it is about technology. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But I know other people, I'm sure there are other people are out there that have similar issues, similar things they go through and think and experience. But I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure this out. I will. Okay, what does this button do? What does that button do? You know, and a lot of these things, but honestly, I really don't know how people, which it like kind of, it blows me away. Like, how do guys that are doing this type of stuff, how are they knowing how to do this without doing it in front of everyone? Because a lot of these things, it's like, it's not until you don't see what you can't do or until you're actually doing it live, you know? That's what it feels like. You know, you can't actually see all the things. Like, I'm not, unless I'm in the live stream, how am I going to do that? And I was thinking maybe I have to do it as the recording part of it and actually not go live. Or I don't know. You know, I guess that's why in any like integration and, you know, technological engineers and mumbo jumbos, like they'll do something like testing. They'll test, not in a live version, not where things can go wrong, but in a safe environment. That's where they'll do their testing at. Me, I'm just like, well, I wouldn't even know how to get in a safe environment, so I'll just do it live in front of everyone. And maybe someone on there can give me a shout, like, hey, this is how you do it. Or maybe they'll see how I do it and what I've learned, and maybe it'll help them, you know? But it's all about value. At the end of the day, it's all about value. And I always thought that was just kind of a boring, cliche thing to say over and over, value. You know, it's like, but that's what it is. I mean, that's what it is. It's like anything that you're making, whether it's entertainment or something or education or anything online, and you're like you're not a politician, but you're like a salesman, or you're somebody that's trying to give an offer, and like right now I am taking this amount of your time, so I better be bringing you something that's gonna not afterwards make you regret it, and then because if you regret it, you're not gonna want to come back, but you want to get something that's under promise but over deliver kind of thing. You don't. That's the whole clickbait, is like you're over promise and then you like nothing there really, and it was just all about just stealing that view, stealing that whatever time, you know. Just so it's like, how do I need to find what is going to bring people the most value possible, you know. And I think that just comes with time. I don't know anybody that's done it the way that I'm doing it. I have not seen it, which is maybe not a good thing. Maybe not a good thing, man. Man, but like, can you, I mean, it says, stop it. Because it says, because their religion is wrong and yours is right, fear. I mean, I didn't start believing in Jesus because I don't even like, I think I just became convinced of it, you know, convinced of him, you know, and like I'm utterly convinced of who he is. And that's why it's not about like, but it's like when you believe in him, like you believe what he said. So it's like you want to tell people about him, you know. I think that's what it is. It's not about putting fear and making people fear at all, but it's basically just, you know, how amazing Jesus is that you want to share with him. You know, it's like I've said, like, and I know a lot of people have heard, Christians are just one blind beggar telling another where to find bread, you know. And I didn't just myself just come up with the idea of Jesus, you know. Someone introduced me to him, or him to me, you know. And it's like once you have him, you realize how amazing he is, and you want to introduce him to as many people as possible, because you know he is life-changing. Because at the end of the day, everybody in this world it doesn't matter who you are. You could be the richest person in the world. At the end of the day, you're still going to have to put your head to the pillow. And at the end of the day, you're going to not live forever. And Jesus is the only out of all the beliefs out there, he's the one who actually was resurrected and is living. You know, he's not dead. He's not a man that's just, you know, we can go find his grave site or whatever. He rose again, you know, and he's the one we like. It is definitely important. Like, he's got the value there. He's by proving who he was by being raised from the dead, you know. And I know I stumble and bumble when I start talking about him, but I'm still going to talk about him, you know. And no matter whatever, right here we go. Not throwing signs up. Sometimes my camera guy gets tired, but I'm always going to talk about him in whatever context it is. And I know it doesn't matter if I stumble and bumble through it. And I know it's when you say the name of Jesus, everything, it's silence. It's silence, and there's division immediately. And even among Christians, because I mean, even like if I'm in a setting and then someone else brings up the name Jesus, even though I absolutely love and adore Jesus, you get a little tense because you know what that name is. It's the most powerful name, you know. It's the most powerful name, and immediately there's going to be, because everybody's looking at him, but looking at him differently, and you know, even but it's like if they know the real Jesus, it's all about the real Jesus. You don't come to an understanding of the real Jesus by looking at Christians for the most part. Other Christians, you know, because people are going to do stuff to let you down. Other people are going to do stuff that it's just going to not, that is going to maybe push you away. It's not going to be the most beneficial or valuable for you because people aren't perfect, you know? So you can't base your understanding of who Jesus is based on just regular people, you know, even though we should be striving to do that, being as much of a representative and a witness of Christ as possible. We're all imperfect, you know, and no matter, even on our best days, we're going to let people down. So it's not about fear. It's about like, but I mean that, like this is like my business, you know, like, and anybody that is a content creator, that's your business. And I love Jay-Z's quote. I'm not a businessman. I am a businessman. So, and I am a businessman, and my business is ultimately, I want it to be about pushing people to Christ. And whatever if I can fuel my business so it gets big, it can only be a bigger potentiality to point people to Christ. You know, so that's my ultimate goal, as well as any other Christian out there. Anyone, that's what we're all about. That's why we are still here. You know, when we become a Christian, we're not immediately like just pulled to heaven, you know. I wish it was that way. I wish we were immediately just pulled to heaven and with God. But no, he leaves us here. And we are his hands and feet in this world to help others come to an understanding of who God is, and trusting in him and all that, and knowing what the gospel is, you know, and because you can't believe in Jesus unless you have an understanding of who Jesus is. You know, there is content to the gospel. There's content to the gospel, and the gospel is Jesus died on the cross for our sins. He was buried. He was raised on the third day, you know, and that means he is trustworthy. What he said goes. I mean, if he was vindicated by his words were vindicated by him coming out of that tomb. So it's like he is the person to put all your trust and faith in, you know. And he said so, you know. I mean, it just blows me away. Like, so I mean, just to be a guy like Jesus, saying the things that he said and the things that he did. But I mean, it's all just too perfect. It's all just too perfect. And someone that could concoct Jesus is just, that would be a miracle in itself. And just thousands of years all put together into this one moment in history. And like, all that went down and everything that happened, you know? And it's not just this, people just got lucky and put it all together, you know? There's something there to it. And, but I love just talking about this stuff. I will talk about this stuff. I'm not ever going to be shy about talking about this stuff. In whatever situation I am in, you know? If I ever find myself in the White House, I'm not going to say I'm going to be president, but if I ever find myself in the White House, I'm still going to talk about Jesus. I'm going to talk about him wherever I'm at. I'm not going to be ashamed of Christ ever, ever. And I know it's easier said than done. It's a lot easier said than done. But I will figure this out. I want to go into somebody else's live and say, what do you do? But I mean, like, are people doing that anymore? Like, because I used to see that one guy on there who was a Christian, and he would have on there that people, he would have something very provocative or very controversial on his screen, and then people could just call in and, you know, and debate and about it, you know. He was very, very smart, and so I know there's a way to do it. Another way. But it's about figuring out the way. That's why, like, I mean, I think I don't give people as much credit as they deserve, you know. Honestly, I always think I don't give people as much credit. I think people are doing the best they can, and you can't, I mean, I'm just a living loop of, like, in front of anyone just to see whatever it is I am bringing, so you can just take it or leave it, and hopefully give you some value. Like, see that someone is kind of striving through what I'm doing and what I'm trying to create and build and all that, you know. Because it's like I'm obsessed with it, you know. I'm obsessed with it and doing this stuff, you know. And something like I've been, like I talked about, like, I know someone who's been on my mind lately a lot is Mr. Beast. He's been, like, someone that I've been watching so many of his videos and just seeing, like, his progression and how he has come about as to become Mr. Beast. It's really incredible. It's really incredible of, he's got, like, he's very smart, but I think he's just hyper obsessed with what he loves and what he wants to do, you know. And I'm the same way, you know. And I'm not doing things perfectly at all, but I'm doing things out in the open. So if people can see it, I'm still looking on here, like, you know, like, you'd think by now, like, oh, but, like, what do people do? You know, what are people on there doing so that other people can check out and some people can see and sign in and call in on all that? What are they doing? What are they doing? There's something they're doing out there. I know it. But it's all about figuring it out. I'm thankful for everyone that has hopped in and it's heard me rant and heard me, you know, got heated with that TNJ. You can see his comments, all the stuff he said. You know, I didn't say anything back to him besides just what I said on here. But it's still, like, I'm all about, like, just being completely upfront and authentic in who you are. People can take it or leave it, you know, and people are going to take it or leave it. They don't, you know, people don't got the time or day to mess with stuff that's not going to bring them value. We have enough options. So I want to be a person that strives to get better, you know? And so anyone that's out there wants to jump in and comment and say stuff, I absolutely love that. You know, it's you're being bold enough to put your name out on the line, to put what you think out and for everyone to see. You're putting it out there. You're letting everybody else see what you think and what you believe, And I think that's awesome. You know, I'm all about that. You know, I'm gonna just continue to do that in everything I do. So I've not cracked the code of, because it's like, I'm going to show my shortcomings. I'm gonna like people, you know, you can see whatever, because I have not cracked the code on how people do what they do. I don't know if it's just they're blessed with charisma, they're blessed with wit, they just with understanding, or what, or just the stars align, or whatever it is. But some things people have just figured it out. Some people just know. People just like, I don't think that they come to that knowledge themselves. I don't think that, I really don't think that, because in my life, whenever I've figured something out, it's not like, oh, I put in enough time. It's like something just opens the door of my mind, and immediately it gives me an understanding. I can try to read the same thing over and over, and try to study the same thing over and over, but it's like something has to like make it click. And I think that's that divine wisdom and divine inspiration, that divine awakening that God gives to people, you know? And I have a video that I've saved on TikTok that is a favorited video, you know, because I mean, like, you only favorite the ones you absolutely love, at least for me. That's what I do. The one that I definitely want to be able to go back and find, because you like something and then your likes get buried and you're never going to find that like ever again, because you got a million of them. You wouldn't even know how to search for it. But your favorites, that's ones I definitely want to be able to go back and see. And I remember this, it was this guy. I mean, it wasn't something even like too crazy out there, and like such an ultra wise, amazing thing to say, but it's something that really stuck with me. It was like, I wonder if can I play a TikTok video on here? I'm always paranoid, you know? I'm always paranoid. I wonder if I could actually find it. But I'll say what I think it is and how I do remember it, and then I'll see what actually go to it and find it and see how close I was. But he said, like, no one knows what they're doing. No one knows what they're doing. And he said something like, what did he say? I'm going to just pull up, and maybe it has the words. He says, nobody can, what is he? That's not him. I have it. No, it's this way. He says, the best piece of advice I can give you is that no one knows what they're doing, but some people, they do it anyway. The best piece of advice I could give you is that no one knows what they're doing, but some people, they do it anyway. No one, and like, he's a guy in a suit. It looks like he knows what he's doing. But he says, and that's just a little clip. There, I'm sure there's so much more in that conversation that went on, and so much more that he said there. And the way that I might even be taking it might be completely out of context and not at all what he meant. But the way that I'm taking it is, and the way that I even see the world is, does anyone know what they're doing? Like, honestly, you go to work and you've learned your role, you've learned your job and everything, and we fiddle with these computers and like we do all these different things, but like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to say two different things. Like, one is like these things that we have that are right in front of, there we go. Whatever I did, set off some balloons. Whatever we do, like some things, it's like, I lost my train of thought when the balloons went off. Some things like, I completely lost it. We're trying to, well, I was going to say like a lot of the things that we have right in front of us, like I use a phone, I use a camera, I use a laptop, I use a computer. I live in a house, and I'm like, I wouldn't know how to make one like piece of this camera that's right in front of me, or I wouldn't know how to even make one brick or one whatever. You know, there's just so many things that are right in front of you, and it's like, I have no idea how someone built that, how someone actually made that. And then it's like, And then like just in general in your life, how do people even know at all? Wait, that's not what. It's like you feel like we don't know what we're. I'm completely all over the place because I lost my train of thought. I feel like I just like I completely lost the balloons like really messed me up. The best people's advice I could give you is that no one knows what they're doing, but some people they do it anyway. And I took that as like in this life there's so many things we have no idea what we're actually doing. And like a lot of things I don't even know how I come to an understanding of anything. I think it's just like something divinely inspired that in a moment like that we could have of how to do something. It probably makes no sense, but to me it's like even right now, like I feel like I've lost all knowledge and ability to speak at times, but then sometimes I feel like I have all the knowledge that I could ever need, you know, in any moment. So it's like everything is always just fluctuating and always up and down and always all over the place. I wish I could cut and edit this, but we're live, so it's what it is what it is. The balloons, man, those were evil balloons. How did I even set those off? What did I do? I went like, plop. But they really, I'd love to watch again, like what it looked like when I was speaking. But a lot of, like when you do like a live stream, it kind of gets buried and people, they could find it if they wanted to. It could go across the internet, go viral on the internet. I guess I had a good point and everything. And then those balloons, those evil balloons, they got me. That's what happens sometimes. Blah, 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 blah. So, I know I've been all over the place, but thank you all for everyone that has jumped in and has been a part of this. This journey of life, you know? Something I have learned, I am not the main show. I am not the main show in this world. I am not the center of the universe. There's a lot of, you know, people out there. Everybody's living in their own world. Everybody's got their own things. Everybody's got their own challenges in life that they're dealing with, you know. It's just part of it. It's humbling because when you're young and everything, you think everything revolves around you. And like the older you get, you realize I don't know if anything revolves around me. I think I'm just a part of this whole ecosystem. I'm just like a little speck in it, you know? And how can I be something that contributes, that helps, that actually leaves it better than how I found it kind of thing? How can I do something good as opposed to just waste away, you know? As opposed to just be something off in the background, you know, background noise, you know, to be an NPC. I don't want to be an NPC. And I know a lot of people out there don't want to be an NPC. And like, it's like you want to be somebody that's bringing value to the story, you know? And that's what I'm going to strive to be. Each day, each night, this is stuff that like really hypes me up, fires me up, that I'm just madly passionate about, like I've said. But like I still haven't figured out how to go to do the things that people do on here, you know? Like on TikTok. I bet if I asked ChatGPT, let's see if we can do that. Let me ask. See what he says. Hey, so on TikTok, how do people get up to a place where they can ask people or people can call in? What like are they at a website that's doing that, or what? How do they do that?
On TikTok, people often use third-party services or websites that allow viewers to call in during a live stream. These tools typically provide a way to manage calls and integrate them into the stream. Some popular options include using broadcasting software like OBS Studio combined with call-in services, or using platforms like Restream. They share a link where viewers can join and call in, and then manage everything through the software.
So you're saying there's nothing on TikTok that is doing that?
TikTok itself doesn't have a built-in feature for viewers to call in during live streams. Creators usually rely on third-party tools or external software to manage.
Oh my gosh. Well, that answers that. We all night, and this is the punchline. This is the punchline, folks. This is the punchline. So anyone that catches up and is tuning in now, this is what it is. This is what it is. Eyes here. And I'm not talking to you all out there. I'm talking to my cameraman who gets tired. TikTok doesn't have a studio part where people can call in. And when I've been seeing guys do that, they're doing it from their own third-party software, which I have. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? This whole time. Like, see, that's the kind of stuff, that's what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. And right there, that was a learnable moment for me. And so did you all catch that? You just saw me struggling through this whole night doing. I wasn't asking the right question, and I wasn't asking it the right way, and I wasn't going to the right place to ask the question that should have been asked in the first place. You know, and I think that is the struggle. That is life. But it's like, it's that inspiration. And I think some people, like, I always like go to Elon Musk or, you know, anyone big name out there, Mr. Beast or whatever, anybody out there that like has that artistic ability and that does amazing things in this world. Those explosions that are happening in their mind, like I think of Elon Musk, that he has a mind that is constantly just innovating, thinking of a better way, something. But that's not him just producing it and then just making it up as he goes along. That's not him like studying something, but a divine spark, something is doing that. There's inspiration happening that is doing that. It's not from us. I don't think we are just vessels. In any capacity that we are vessels, and things go in and out of us. Things come. We're not just creating it out of ourselves. We're not just making it up out of ourselves. Something behind us, in us, through us is doing that. Something is doing that. And I haven't, like, I could have, this whole time, I could have done and I should have, every time I go on here, I'm going to put it like a, whatever it is, a thumb note over here, man. A thumb note. What are those things called? A sticky note? A sticky note that says, hit the live button, man. As in, like, because I have what I use for my podcast, but I never, ever recorded on that. And then by the time I remember to, the live stream's over. And then I'm like, fudge. So I'm not going to go and do it now. But so that's what they've been doing. I cannot believe it. So you don't do it through TikTok. You don't do it through one like little platform really where people call in or anything like that. You do it from your third party things out there, you know, whether it's Restream, whether it's like StreamYard or OBS or all that, you know, that's how people are doing it. And it's just pushing through to those social media like TikToks and different places like that. That took all night for me to figure that out. And it was answered because I had the inspiration to ask ChatGPT. And, you know, yeah. So what I was trying to figure out that whole night, I think we got it. But so you all know that as well. That's what it is. It's what it is. So, tax the churches. Is that recent? Did someone in here just say tax the churches? Are you still there if you did? Or is that something from something previously? Are you in here right now, or did you say tax the churches? So I have learned that like to have you call in, I could go to my. Okay, cool, man. So like why are you saying tax the churches? I am gonna go to my as well out here just to start recording it or whatever. Because I always forget to, and it's by the time it's over, then I go to, oh yeah, I'll do that. We're just gonna call it. I'll just say let's go. Let's go. I have let's go. We'll do that. Whatever. All right. And done. Yeah, anything you say about, I would love to hear that. All right, so we are actually starting now. Okay, I'm there. If you're still there, said, why do you say tax the churches if you're still there? I would love to hear it. Curious. Why do you say tax the churches? There's the camera. Because I mean, I'm not like against that. Like, and I think I've seen somebody say that before in one of my videos or whatever. Like, I'm very, very curious of why. I mean, like, are you coming at it from a Christian perspective? Like, why? Like, are you a Christian saying that, or? I appreciate you putting that in there. That's awesome. And the reason I even do that is because my camera starts going to sleep. But like, I'm really like, because from a Christian perspective, like, I'm honestly, the reason like the church is, I'm a little hazy as to why we do that. Like, they get a tax write-off. I think with the government, they put that like, it becomes like you become, what's that word? Beholden to the government. You become beholden to the government whenever they give you that ability to not pay taxes or whatever. So I mean, like, I don't think that would be the worst thing in the world. Like, but I'm curious why you would say that, tax the churches. You don't have to say anything else, but I appreciate you putting that in there. But it is a very interesting concept, and I love to hear what you have to say. Let me see if I can. Here. So we right now the podcast has started. The podcast. So the recording of this. So, I'm actually looking in the TikTok live chat, and Ahmad DZ said tax the churches. And it's a very interesting concept. Like, I mean, just if we had the churches pay taxes, that's very interesting. Like, I mean, there's probably a good reason why they don't, but like, if it becomes then, oh, we gotta still abide by the party line so that they don't take that away of us having to pay our taxes, or become that whatever 501 DBD or whatever. So, but yeah, I really appreciate you saying that. Like, that's very interesting, and let me see if I have on here sound monitoring. So I do call in. Let's see what this says. Allow call in. Yes, allow call in. But how do see? I have on here where people have called in. I think it's like, so I am on. So what I use for my live stream or whatever is Podbean. So if anyone ever got on Podbean, I think that's how I direct them to them. If you get on there, you could call in. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Get on Podbean and go to Brandon Fogel and jump into the chat, and then I think you can call in from there. That's where you do that trial and error kind of thing, that trial run and all that. I have had somebody call in like that, and had a few times. One was successful. The other time I was recording it from my phone, and that was the only device I had really had on me. But now that I'm with all other devices, could actually, if you go onto Podbean and sign in, I'll let you in. I'd love to hear what you all have to say. I can go over here and see. Ahmad DZ. I love what you Why you said that? I'd love to hear why you said that. Why do you think we should tax the churches? What do you know? What do you know? What do you know, man? I need to know what you know. I need to know. Huh. Oh, testimonials mean nothing. You can't prove the Bible using the Bible, and if everything has a creator. In my the podcast, it says, "Let's go." I guess that is the same way of saying "let's go." Maybe it's not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Oh, well, thanks for jumping in there. Sorry, baby woke up and is crying. Oh, well, we know all about that where we're at. You know, where I'm at, we have that quite a bit. But I would love to hear what you think. It's really cool. But just to even talk about that, why should we tax the churches? Over here, man. Why should we tax the churches? What would that do? Is it? I mean, I guess like are non-for-profit organizations, are they taxed? Not for profit. I guess it's called not for profit. Or not for profit organizations taxed? Like that's a good question. That's a good question, Brandon. What do you think? What do you think, man? So you got a baby like we got a baby. Because we recently had ours, and he's been sleeping a lot better than at the beginning, you know. That's life. I guess that's kind of a silly question. Not for profit. Not for profit. Do not for profit pay taxes? Okay. Any social, civic, religious, political subdivision, or educational organization can apply for a sales tax exemption by completing form Missouri sales tax application. This form lists the information needed. It says nonprofit status may make an organization eligible for certain benefits, such as a state sales, property, and income tax exemption. However, this corporate status does not automatically grant exemption from federal income tax. The taxes is like the name of the game. It's like if you know the tax bracket, the tax structure, and all that, and how to get around. And I mean, not even get around it. It's just how to actually maneuver through it. You know, it's like it's so complicated. It's so complicated, you know, but it's that way for a reason, you know. In some ways it's for politicians to basically get votes and to appease their lobbyists and all that. But and in a lot of ways it does benefit people, you know. I mean, like you would think, like, because you have a baby, you have a kid, and you get a tax write-off, and it's like, why did the government decide that, you know? And there had to been a reason, like how this whole apparatus got put together of taxes and why they do all that, you know. It's probably to encourage some things and discourage, or maybe encourage you having children, because you're making something a productive member of society that's, you know, going to be able to build and create and make things that can pay more taxes and make our society grow, and our government, our country, get bigger and better, you know. It's just it's so complicated, you know. Humans, like, we create things that are so complicated and so intricate and just so, like, amazing. That sounds so weird. I'm saying, like, the taxes are amazing, which is, I hear all day long, you know, taxes is theft, you know, and all that, and it's so it's a political thing, but it's almost a political thing that I think everybody can almost talk about and get on board with. Which I mean, I think it's kind of weird when some people are saying certain people should pay taxes, or you know what I mean, like. I mean, but having telling certain organizations, that's one thing. But then saying like, oh, the rich should pay their fair share or pay their whatever, when it's like, I've heard like taxes, it's like legalized theft, you know. But then I'm like on both sides of the fence. I'm not a good like any party person at all, because like I'm all like it. The government has helps so much, you know. If you want something actually done and taken care of, and like the government is actually what actually needs to go in, is the one that actually gets it accomplished, you know. It's like, even though there's things that there is overreach in the government and what it does, but like a lot of times it actually does do things that we could never actually do, you know. Like there's a lot of government waste and all that, you know, but. I mean, taxes, I'm sure it's obviously a boring thing, and it's not something I'm at all looking forward to doing as we roll into the new year. That is almost like one of the worst things about going into the new year. Like, oh my gosh, I gotta do taxes. I don't want to do taxes. It's like, and it's like when you're a kid, you have no idea. You have no freaking idea. It's like, but it's like when you get grown up, it's like then you have to start doing the tax thing. You have to do, it's like, and I was silly for the longest time. I did my own taxes. But then I got enlightened that you can pay people to do your taxes. And since I've done that, I was like, I can't even imagine ever doing my own taxes again. And even paying people to do taxes is still pain, because you still got to get the documents to them. You still got to get things set up. And it's like, but a lot of times when you pay people to do your taxes, like they get your most money back, and then you can pay them whatever out of that, you know? I mean, you could save some, but like they're going to find things that I have no idea what I'm doing at all. There's so many funny things about taxes that I've heard about, you know, just comedians. It's like the government they're telling us that we have to figure out how much we owe them. It's like, it's insane. It's like, why can't you just, you know how much I make, you know how much I owe you. You could just take it from me right away, but you put me through this whole trial and error and just anxiety-ridden lifestyle that I have to just figure out how much did I make in this job, how much did I make over here, how much did I do all this, and write-offs and you know, things I can deduct and all this, and like, you know it in the first place. Why are you putting me through this? It's like their game. Why can't we just, if we do anything, why can't we come together that we do away with the taxes in this sense of us having to do it, you know, like they know it all. Let them just figure it out. It's like almost on the honor system kind of deal, but then it's almost, they can still come after you and put you in jail if they find out you're doing something wrong. I'm all about paying taxes. Render to Caesar what is Caesar's kind of thing, you know? Pay your taxes. But it's just, I hate the whole structure of it. I don't think I'm really going to run into anybody that's like, oh, I love taxes. It's my favorite thing. I think it's something we can all agree on we don't like. But it's, I want it. I mean, you can go to different places that do your taxes, but it's like, can we just, like, we're the regular people, can we just step back and let whatever is out there and whatever needs to be done just happen, and we don't have to touch it? Maybe with AI we can get to that point. With AI, all things are. No, I'm not even going to say that. I was about to say a Bible verse, but then substitute God with AI. Ugh, that makes me throw up. But that, like, that's how it feels, you know. Sometimes we're like putting everything on AI, but I think AI is going to do a lot in this time frame that we are living in, this existence that we are living in, you know, until kingdom come. maybe the smartest thing on this planet is going to be AI. We can teach it and use it and figure it all out. Figure it out, you know? Who knew we were going to talk about taxes? Who knew? And my title was called Let's Go. And then someone jumps in and like, oh my gosh, he's talking about taxes. Taxes. Wow. Wow. That's a way to draw a crowd. Start talking about taxes, you know? Who's your accountant, you know? I don't know. Either way, it's not something I'm looking forward to. Not something at all I'm looking forward to. But hey, everyone that has chatted, like, I need to figure out. So, like, we're gonna go, like, we'll call them Brandon's goose chases. I'll have my goose chases, where like I go to do all my things and I'm just all over the place, and then I end up catching the golden goose or something. Like I figured out tonight. Like we figured out that I spent like 30 minutes riping on. Is it riping or griping? Riping. It's griping. I was like 30 minutes just griping over, oh, I can't figure this TikTok thing out. I can't figure it out. You know, I did everything but cry. And then, you know, a special idea happened. And I asked ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT told me what it is. And we figured it out together that you do not need to go to any platform, as in the platform itself, as in Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I was primarily talking about TikTok, but you don't need to do the studio and run the stream and then have people call in through that, because it doesn't support that. TikTok doesn't support that. But it's like the stream that I'm running it through, like right now, what I'm doing is I would do it through that. And then what people are seeing out there is from the hub that I have set up of the software, which I use OBS, and then like when I'm sending stuff to all the platforms, I'm sending it through Restream. But there's a number of options out there, you know. But a lot of times it's what you don't know what you don't know. And you don't know what question to ask. You don't know what to say, you know, and you're just kind of just skating through, you know. You're just figuring it out as you go along, flying by the seat of your pants and all that. Getting low on my water. H2O. Water sucks. It does not suck at all. I mean, just so many things. I'm a weird dude. I understand that. That does make me think. I will say it, like, because we're in a close knit community right now, and anyone that's here, you are the closest knit that I have. So I will tell you this: the word that someone said to me, and then this could be like my secret word that, like, if I said, I'll say to people, what's my secret word? You can tell me this, and it'll make me cry when I hear it, because this is the word. It was a comment that was one word, and whoever it is out there, I don't know who it is, because it's the only comment that I deleted. But I'll tell you what the word was. I don't even want to say it. It almost brings a tear to my eye even thinking about it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not going to draw it out. I'm just going to tell you what it is. The word that they posted in my video, which broke my heart and made me cry. Actually, it didn't make me cry, but I let it hang up there for a while, but it's like it just kept just in my mind, just playing. And I know people are going to say it, but like, I'm just going to say it what it is. The person said, embarrassing. The person said, embarrassing, which that was the word on a video that I made, and which could probably apply to millions of my videos, even though I haven't made a million videos, but it could apply to all of them. People could say that, but like, it was one that I saw that put it on there, and like, just got me, you know, and not like that. Like, and I couldn't even look at it. I couldn't keep it, and I had to delete it. It's just one of those things. You never know what's going to get you. But I mean, I've heard Mr. Beast, he's deleted comments from his videos before. And a lot of people do. People even have restrictions on things that, you know, I mean, something like that wouldn't like set off a restriction. You can't say something like that, but what they'll catch and what you'll allow in the comments. But that was it. And you who are here and that are hearing that, you know, I won't say it again in this video or whatever, but like, that's what it is. You heard what the word was. It will now live in infamy. It will now live in infamy, whatever that means. So if I did do this where like I have someone from Discord. Is anyone on Discord? Anyone using that? So are you a real person out there? I want to ask something. This was typed a while back. I typed that out there. I sent that out there. Are you a real person? But it is cool because like just the other day I was doing a video with and playing a game, and then someone got on here, and I was actually able to talk to them through the game, which is really cool. And then, but I do the thing where like if I don't know if they're real, because you can't immediately know if someone's real or whatever out there, and it's going to become more and more so like that, you know. But that is one thing that AI at this point can't do, as in that's why they have those bot tests or those robot tests or whatever. There's some things AI can't do that only a human can do by seeing it. You know, so if I throw up a number or something on this, like in the, always does that because I always show my palms. A robot could not just guess it and get it right. So it's like, you know, it's a real person when they can do that. And I think we're going to be overly saturated with AI, that like just the organic and human interaction, true human interaction, because I think it's going to become so just like closely mimicked and just so closely together. It's like we're not going to be able to tell the difference between the artificial and the organic, really, and it's just going to blend so much together, you know. And I think we're going to develop such more of a taste for real organic from people when we get so overly saturated with AI, because it's coming, and it's just going to increase so much faster and so much more. That's what I think, and things that it can do for us, which is it's going to make things so much easier, but it's going to render so many things obsolete. But like these things that just pump into your chats, like do something which, you know, it's not really a person, but maybe like they have something that goes out there and just throws that in there just to maybe spread their message or whatever. Spam messages, that's what it is. And on this new software I'm using, which it's called Stream Enhancements. Or no, that's not it. Stream Elements. There's so many cool things that you can do on here, and it's basically like, really, I have not paid $1 for it. I have not paid anything for this software, but I found this on YouTube a video that really helped me in getting things set up, that he directed me to go to this, and I joined his like little Discord thing, but I didn't have to, but he like showed me this thing that he's kind of supporting, or it's kind of his sponsor. You know, he's making money off it, and I'm sure in Stream Elements they're making money in their own way, but like outright, I have not had to pay anything, and it's like it's helped so much. There are so many free tools that are out there. There are so many free tools that are out there, and it's just knowing them right off the bat. I maybe that's something I'll do. I would like to, as I get further along, and I'm using more and more stuff, to have and I'm sure a lot of people would do this, but like that has everything that I've found that's been the most useful and that's basically free, and or I mean, or that it's going to give you the most value for what you need. And like just like stuff like that, like I would not have immediately known about Stream Elements or OBS. You think that people just immediately know about it, and most people don't. Unless you're actually doing this, you don't know about it. You don't know about it. But it's it in itself is really cool. It's like it connects with your OBS. It can and like it can what you would go buy, like whatever to like for your screen, like just like backgrounds or whatever. It has some that are already there, so many that are already there that are just free and available to use, that you like whole like templates of these overlays. That's what they're called, overlays, that you can throw in your OBS, and they're just free and you can get them set up there. I've got one so far, but I haven't set it up through it. But I mean, there's so many things like that, you know. They're definitely like, I think Google, it feels like Google is the one that has basically started this whole thing of, it's like been the ultimate free value software or tool that's out there. Like it's just like completely consumed our lives, like taken over in like so many parts of our lives. And it's because it's free. It's like in a lot of ways, Google is free for us, and using Gmail and just so many, it almost like got the ball rolling of doing that. And then that's what it is. Like it started where like, that's the best way to develop a business and a product or a service, is to create something that's going to bring value and that's free to people, free to anyone out there that wants to use and be a part of what you have going. And then you can create something more and even better service. And then people that want that part of it, then they can pay, and they're bought in. They want to maybe support and pay for whatever it is you have. But it's like, I think Google it feels like Google is the one that started that, because they got it all set up where we just started using Google in every part of our life. And it's like we use it so much, and it's like so entrenched in our life. But then eventually it became that a billion, almost trillion, probably $1 trillion company, I don't even know, of what it makes on so many other things. But it started with the free. It's everything. It starts with the free, and what you can give people free and value. That's the baseline to growing. So it's your business and growing, your reach. So, well, either way, this has been fun. I wanted to just get on here and just roll. It started off with just talk about my new camera, my first camera. This is my first camera, folks. This is the first. It's a Sony. We'll see how it works. And so it's a big moment for me. And I know there's a lot of people out there, just work with what you got, use what you got. And then as you go on, you can build to scale and all that kind of stuff. So you have to start somewhere, but I'm all about everyone out there has so much value that you can be with your life, start making stuff to help others, it would make a big impact in other people's day that you have no idea how your life could make an impact on other people's. If you just start just creating stuff and just showing your life, basically just starts with just documenting your life. You never know the reach and like I said, the impact that you can make. So, all right. We'll leave it there. Thank you, everyone who has tuned in. I hope you all have a great day, and we'll see y'all the next